So I explained on Twitter basically the general premise of what's about to happen. For those who might not have heard it, here's what's going to happen. We're going to hop into World of Warcraft. I'm going to make a new character. I'm going to play it and level it and have fun. Just chill, do that. And that's not going to be the focus of the main event of the stream. No. The point of Let's Talk is for us to discuss a few topics that I find interesting or relevant right now. And we're going to be starting because this has just happened. This has just started after E3. Now, E3, there's so many games that I'm really excited about. Lots of things that I'd like to talk and discuss. And I'm sure we all have our own opinions and things that we want to say. And I'm sure we can have a nice discussion and just enjoy that topic for a while. I also want to talk about World of Warcraft, my history of World of Warcraft, and the future of World of Warcraft for me. And, of course, there's also Witcher that I've been playing recently. There's Lawbite coming up, which is going to be my finally, I'm going to be doing Law in Dark Souls. Oh my god, how many years has it been since I was supposed to start doing that? Also, a little bit about Smudge. We just made a Smudge video. There was a bunch of information thrown at me in response to that video, so I'm sure it'd be cool to do like a follow-up to that. And there's a bunch of other topics that we can talk about. You know, ultimately, if you guys want to talk about something, we can. I just have a few topics that are there for us to refer to if we're ever not sure or anything like that. Now, it's about time we get in game then. Shall we? Oh man, I haven't pressed play on WoW in so long. Oh, it's scary. This is my main character currently. I made him before Legion's released in prep for Legion way too soon. Had a lot of fun, did lots of transmog stuff, played the game with friends and really enjoyed the experience. And then eventually Legion was too far away. Warlords of Draenor is Warlords of Draenor and there just isn't much to do. And so we just stepped away from WoW. We moved into some other things and generally, I haven't really shown you much or any of World of Warcraft, really. And it's funny because it was my main game and it was actually what I got started on YouTube with. I started with shitty, random World of Warcraft videos that, they were terrible. They were terrible, but it's where I started. It's what got me started. So this is my character, sort of my main character right now. I'll be playing him in a little bit during Legion. And I'll be making a Demon Hunter. And I'll be deciding whether I want to play a Demon Hunter or a Paladin or both in Legion. I'm going to need your help on this one. For the character that we're going to be playing in the background where we have these discussions and talk, I'm going to need to pick something that I'm genuinely going to want to play. So, backstory on me. I played Horde for most of the time I played WoW, roughly 6 years, 7 years maybe. Basically the idea is I played Horde for the majority of my WoW time, and in Legion I'm actually going to play Alliance for like the first time ever. And I'm going to level and see the other side, the other story. So I need a character that I'm going to genuinely be interested in, right? And so I made Highforge, and I made a human paladin. Like, think about it this way. I want like a lore character that fits in the world and is really like, that's the thing. So human paladin just sticks out with me. And what was my previous character? It was an orc warrior in Warlords of Draenor. He looks like shit right now. Trust me, transmog needs fixing. But whatever. But yeah, orc warrior before that. Yeah, I want a character that really fits. So let's say examples of that. So human paladin, right? Human paladin really fits. Dwarf hunter and a bear specifically really fits. Night elf druid really fits. You know, that kind of thing. But I was thinking we did like a dwarf bear hunter guy, basically. You know, like the fucking vanilla cinematic dwarf hunter. And I've never ever played a dwarf. I've had dwarves, but I've never actually played a dwarf past like level 10 or something like that. Like, it's never been relevant, so I would never say I've actually had a dwarf. So it'd be cool for me. I want to see the Alliance spectrum of the story, so it has to be Alliance, right? I've already got a human paladin, so I was kind of thinking dwarf hunter. Alright, let's do it. What are we gonna do? I want him to be a male. What kind of face we're gonna give him? We gotta get rid of the beard so we can see his face, and then we'll do the beard. Having a dwarf without a beard is like a crime. Hang on, can you not have a dwarf without a beard? Oh my god, I've never known that. You can't have a dwarf without a beard. That's like the closest thing to a beardless dwarf, and it looks horrible. Alright, let's do this. This works. Watching Hollow play makes me want to go back to WoW, shall I? We're not even playing, we're in character creation. Alright, are we really doing this? Are we really having a shit name like GUBIDWARF? No one tell him, alright? No one tell him we did this. People are gonna call me Gooby when I play this character. Alright, we're doing it. GUBIDWARF. Oh my god, it's not taken. I mean, I don't know what I was expecting. Maybe it would have been, maybe it wouldn't have. But, yeah, it's not taken. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. GUBIDWARF enters the realm of Warcraft. I'm just showing you the cinematic and everyone's like, oh, I want to play, wow. Whoa, that's a lot of add-ons. I should disable my add-ons probably. Jesus, look at that. I'd like to know, just without me saying what my favorite was or what I thought was best, tell me, did you enjoy E3 this year? Did you feel it was a good, relevant E3? Or would you even say that it was a bad E3? Like, you didn't enjoy it? At first, I really was not happy with this year's E3. But I ended up really liking it and being very happy with it. And there's one sort of reason as to why I ended up liking it again. The general consensus is that it was alright. It was an alright E3. But it wasn't as good as we've seen in the past, and it was just average, right? Maybe it was just average. It wasn't necessarily bad, it wasn't necessarily amazing either. Okay, I can agree with that. So, who was the best, like, segment, or press conference, as it were, in your eyes? Like, who had the best press conference? Sony or Ubisoft? Sony, definitely Sony, Sony, Sony. Sony followed by Nintendo, Sony, Sony. Microsoft or Bethesda? That guy. Nintendo, Nintendo, Sony, Sony. Okay, so what it looks like is people think Sony had the best. Nintendo was probably a close second. Sony was the best in my opinion as well. I fully agree with that. I felt Sony was just so much stronger and more interesting than everyone else. Like, compared to Microsoft, they just fucking destroyed them. Why I think Sony did so well is because they actually have something to show us. And it's as simple as that, really. Like, Microsoft, Bethesda, I love Bethesda, but Bethesda, EA, they had a presentation, but mostly it was just like faff. It seemed like it was just a lot of faff and fluff. Faff and fluff. It's fun to say. More than anything. They had like a couple games they wanted to show us. Like, I don't know, Gears of War 4 maybe. And a few things that looked kind of interesting. A pirate game. But mainly they didn't have anything to rock the house this year. And it seemed like they knew it. So there was a lot of filler. And there was a lot of gaps and talking between each trailer or each game, which was really irritating and slow. And then you had Sony's presentation, which, here's what Sony's presentation was. Guy walks on, says a thing, trailer, 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 information, next little announcement, trailer, 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 trailer. Andrew House comes on. Hey, Hideo's free from the fucking monstrosity that Konami was. He's free from his shackles. He's here at last at E3. Walks down the cool-ass electronic stairs. Everyone's fucking going wild. Weird-ass trailer, and we're all like, what the fuck? And then more fucking trailers and trailers and trailers. End of conference. That's what Sony's was. It was just tons of stuff. It was literally just like, here's what we want to see.
What can I do for you?
Sony gave it to us. Like, they just fucking gave us. You know, Sony has this like back-to-back good stuff. trailers that we want to see, and they just get to it, you know? There's no bullshit. They just get to the thing they know we want to see, and they show it to us. And why I think Microsoft doesn't do that, and why I think Ubisoft doesn't do that, is because they don't have anything good to show us. They have a couple of games that we're kind of interested, like, I don't know, for me, Gears of War 4 looks kind of interesting because it's on PC. And one good thing that Microsoft did this year is that all of their exclusives are on PC with Windows 10, which is great. You know, I have always hated exclusives. I understand the reason for them, but it sucks. Like, the fact that Bloodborne was an exclusive, I was really upset about. Even though I've got a PlayStation 4. It's because so many of you don't get to experience such an awesome, fun, interesting, weird game. And a lot of people are never going to get to play that game because it's an exclusive. And it's so lame. And I'd prefer if it wasn't that way. But I do respect Microsoft for being like, yeah, it's going to be on PC. All of these games can be on PC. So I'm excited about Gears of War 4 because it's going to be on PC. And I'm going to be able to play it with some friends and just enjoy that experience. But like Ubisoft, for example, that presentator, whatever her name is, the tall woman, honestly, she's really not a good presenter. I think she's really, really bad. I can't enjoy any presentation she's part of. The awkward interviews just kill me, man. And the like constant shitty jokes and like, I'm a gamer, ha ha ha, constant shit. It bothers me. It bothers me. I can't enjoy that. I don't know why they do that. I have no idea why they would do that. But they do it every year. She's always there and she's always making the same awkward bad jokes. And that's just Ubisoft's presentation. And they might have good games, probably more than Microsoft, to show. But there's also so much, like, gaps, so many gaps in between, like, the trailers and what we actually want to see, that it just drives me nuts, dude. Doesn't it drive you nuts? Crash Bandicoot was like, oh my god, Crash Bandicoot! And then they showed the Skylanders thing. That was like the only thing I wasn't interested in with Sony, actually. The Skylanders thing, because it's not for me, it's for kids. It's fair enough. But Crash Bandicoot looked so weird, dude. Oh my god. Did anyone think Crash Bandicoot looked really fucked up? Like, I know Crash Bandicoot looks weird when you think about it, but in like higher res, or whatever they did with him with Skylanders, it just looks so dumb. I mean, it's all opinions, guys. If you don't agree with me, that's absolutely fine. You don't have to agree with me. And I would be confused if you did, like, say, yeah, you're totally right, when you don't believe that or you don't agree with me. You know, you can feel free to disagree. It's totally fine. The Nintendo presenters were the best, in my opinion. Oh, wow. A lot of people found, like, some of them cringy. I didn't watch all of it. I watched a bit of the Pokemon thing, and I was like, I'm not interested in Pokemon. And then it was like, what? Zelda for ages, which looked great, but I wasn't looking to just watch all the intricacies of the game. I'm looking forward to just playing and enjoying the game myself. So it wasn't something I was interested in watching. So for me, Nintendo wasn't, like, what I was looking for, but I totally understood what they were going for, and I could understand why people would like Nintendo's one. If you're interested in Pokemon or like a really die-hard Zelda fan, for example, like many of us are. So I appreciated Nintendo's one. Because the thing about Nintendo is they're not there to show off their games all at once and rush things out and try and hype us up, which is cool, you know, I respect them for that. They release their, and say their announcements and all that shit when they want to, when it's suitable to them, when they're ready to. They don't have to do it at E3. I like the way they look at it. Nintendo's presenters really tried their best to keep people entertained and provide a lot of info about their games, so I definitely think they were best. Okay, that's fair. I mean, again, I didn't watch Nintendo's. I only watched a small bit of it, unlike all the other conferences. And yeah, I still think Nintendo's was probably pretty good overall. You need to rename your bear Gooby Bear. Okay. Gooby Bear. Accept. There you go. Gooby Bear. GUBIDWARF and Gooby Bear. Whoa. Oh, what is this? Like Eastern Plaguelands or something? I don't recognize this song. Nintendo's target audience are kids uninterested in VR. Yeah, I can understand that. I'm sure there are kids who would be interested in VR, and I'm sure whatever Nintendo might do with VR eventually will probably be unique and different, and something that the rest of the people who are doing VR aren't doing. That's the cool thing about Nintendo, is even if they are like an old company and definitely are a bit slow in their ways, they do things differently, and I respect them for it, you know? and they have original ideas that challenge their competitors to do original and different things as well, which is just good for us, the consumer. Battlefield 1. Ah, yes, Battlefield. Mass Effect as well. Mass Effect will probably be okay. Battlefield 1, I'm definitely going to look forward to trying. What's hilarious about that is they showed it how many times, guys? How many times did we have to watch that Battlefield 1 trailer? It was either 3 or 4 times they made us watch the same trailer. How insane is that? Oh, by the way, that snowboarding game where you can do base jumping and parachuting and skiing, it actually looked pretty cool. Like, do you remember like SS Tricky and games like that on like the PlayStation 1 and 2? I loved those games and I completely forgot about them. I've never played one ever since. And now there was actually like a game that looked kind of sport related that for once I was actually thinking, hang on, I'm kind of interested by this. How did you guys feel about that one? What was it called? Drift? Fall? Steep, that's it, Steep. Steep looked pretty good. What did you guys think of that? I mean, Battlefield 1 does look good, but it was hilarious they made us watch that same trailer so many times. I've never been able to get into sports games. Again, I've never since I got older, but the thing is, I did enjoy like those types of games when I was younger, racing on split screen with my friends on the PlayStation 1, and I'd never thought about it since, but I reckon I could really enjoy Steep. I will murder you, Hollow. What are you talking about? I'm just playing a dwarf in WoW. What are you talking? What are you talking about, Gubiak? Wait, I don't understand. What's wrong? I'm just playing a dwarf. Don't look at that. All right, guys. So I'm gonna ask you a question now. Right? I'm gonna ask you a question. How many of you played Witcher, Witcher 3, and played Gwent? How many of you played Witcher 3 and played Gwent? You know, the game inside of the game. The card game they had. How many of you played both? I don't want people who have just played Witcher. I want to know how many of you actually played the game and played Gwent, the card game inside of it. I did both. No. I did, of course I did. I did not. Nope. I love Gwent. Gwent's amazing. Gwent was great. Nope. So it's pretty 50-50. I'd say slightly more in favor of, like, you know, yes, I did play it. So here's my, like, little story with Gwent. In Witcher 3, when I originally played the game, I had plenty of time and opportunities to try Gwent as well. And I never, ever played it. I only, like, opened it for a moment and then closed it and never, like, did it. And every single time someone was like, how about a round of Gwent? I'd be like, nope. No thank you, this is shit. From there I started playing Witcher again recently, right? And I actually said to myself, alright, you know what, I'll give it a fair try. Now that I can appreciate card games, you know, with all of Hearthstone and all that shit, I can appreciate it a little bit now. I'll try it. I'll try Gwent. And I fucking love it. Like, they announced Gwent at E3 as a standalone card game, and I was like, wow, I can't believe they're doing this. There must not be any, like, interest for this. I'm surprised they're making it into a solo game. And that's kind of what got me to try it in Witcher. To finally be like, okay, let me try Gwent, finally. And you know what? It's fucking awesome. It's really, really good. Gwent is really good. And I'm now really excited to try the standalone version, which is going to be more balanced, more in-depth, and obviously have a lot more to it. I'm really excited. And again, I never thought at any point I would be. I never thought it would be any good because I never tried it. You know, I played the Witcher games, I've enjoyed the Witcher games, and at no point did I ever believe it would be relevant or interesting. And, you know, maybe it's because I played Hearthstone and appreciate card games more. Maybe it's because I saw the trailer and thought there must be a reason why people liked it. But I can totally understand how people could play through all of the Witcher games and never once touch Gwent. But it truly is worth playing. It truly is a good game inside of a game. And I am really excited to give it a try when it's made a bit better. That's how I was with poker and Red Dead Redemption. Then I tried in game and I play it very regularly every Friday with my friends. Wow. You should probably, like, actually play real poker. I mean, like, obviously it's cool that you do that with your friends, and all the more power to you, and keep doing that. That sounds really cool. I'm not saying don't do that. I'm just saying you might find that you enjoy actual poker now. Unless you already played it, I don't know. Like, personally, I don't know how to play poker. I don't know how many of you know how to play poker, but I've, like, had the opportunity to learn a couple times, and it's just been too overwhelming and too much information. So I've never really, like, understood poker or how to play it. But obviously a lot of people enjoy it, so maybe I should sit down and try and learn, maybe. I taught myself how to play poker. It's a lot simpler than it seems. Yeah, it's just a card game. Ultimately, if someone can play and understand poker, then I can, you know? But I've never put the time in to learn. But it'd probably be a fun thing to learn. A cool thing to learn, because it's fun to play with your friends. Especially when you're betting. Video game Donkey just made an E3 video. Yeah, he's made them for years, and they've always been fucking top notch. Looking forward to watching that. Let's vendor all this shit.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good, you gnome bastard. See you later.
Alrighty then.
Oh my god, I love the reaction the NPC just gave me. That was fucking perfect. Got a mage over here. Oh, ding. Ding. Guys, ding. Can I get a grats in chat? I leveled up, guys. Thanks, guys. Thanks. I worked really hard to level up. It's good to see such strong support, guys. GUBIDWARF grats. What do you think of Days Gone, the open world zombie game? It looks really interesting. You know what I said when we were watching the trailer? I said it looks like what War Z, you know, survival, infestation survival stories. It looks like what they promised, like tons and tons of thousands of zombies coming at you. Scary amounts. It looks like that to me. I'm really excited about it. As much as, like, Resident Sleeper zombie games are these days, I still enjoy them. And if it's well made, I know I'll enjoy it and I'll have a good experience with it. And that looked good, like having that many zombies coming at you. I was actually shockingly compelled by it and interested by it. How did you feel about it? It looked awesome. It looked kind of meh to me. You mean that one zombie game or the other zombie game or that one zombie game? You know, that one. But the point of this one is it looks kind of cool. It looks like what War Z was supposed to be, with tons of zombies coming at you and that kind of threat. You know what it kind of gave me vibes of? The Last of Us, but in a different style and way more zombies that were actually zombies. And I'm excited about that. 90% of the games I'm testing are zombie games, but I'm still hyped for this one. That's fucking commitment right there, Gubiak. Dead Rising 4. Dead Rising 4 looked good. It looked like what 3 should have been. And it's going to be on PC, right? Fuck yeah. I'm excited for Dead Rising 4. I've always enjoyed how stupid those games are. Everything's shaking. Oh, earthquake. We're trapped. Well, guys, I'm living in this small area from now on. Grab a beer and wait for this to blow over. Yes. Yes. Good film. Shaun of the Dead. Oh my god. If you've not seen Shaun of the Dead, watch it. It's one of the best British films ever made. Okay, so Hearthstone. I think basically, great game, really cool concept. Enjoy the game, think it's good, have a good time playing it. Kind of bored of the fact that a meta keeps happening and you see the same decks. And personally, I don't play the game anymore, right? Even with the new expansions, you see the same meta form every single time, and it's the same 3 or 4 decks, and that's just the game. But I think as it progresses and more cards become viable, maybe it'll become more of a balanced and interesting game, but who knows, really. At the end of the day, I think it's a great game, and I think that they've done an amazing job with it, and I can totally understand why people would still play it. But my main issue with Hearthstone itself is that it's not pay to win so much, it's more that it's pay to keep playing. Like, every new expansion that comes out, you have to spend a lot of money to get the cards to be relevant. That first week is awesome, and then from then on, you need to spend money to get the cards you need, or play so much that you have all the gold that you need for the expansion. And it's hard to do. And for someone like me, who likes Hearthstone, might open the game and want to play it a little bit, I can't be relevant, I can't do anything without having the new expansion cards. So, how do I get them? Well, I have to pay a lot of money. And that's my issue with it, basically. I'll be good at the arena like me. No, you just missed what I said. Getting good in the arena's fine. Get 7 wins, get enough gold, keep doing that, earn gold, buy packs with it. You can do that. And I did do that. But what I just said, which you just apparently missed, is that I have to play the game consistently to earn the gold I need to buy packs. Otherwise, I'm forced to spend money to be relevant in Hearthstone. And so, as someone who hasn't played Hearthstone in a while and might want to pick up the game and play it a little bit, I have to spend money to be able to play the game. A lot of money. Playing Arena and Brawl consistently to get the gold to have the packs to play the game is possible. But I'm not playing the game consistently, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying someone who dives into the game for a little bit has to spend a lot of money. Oh my god, level 5 Dwarf Warrior. Here comes the duel. I should have been next to him so he couldn't do that. Whoa, he's laggy as hell. Look at this. He's going to charge me soon. This is some quality PvP right here. Balanced. How does it feel to be a warrior? So, in the history of Dark Souls and me playing Dark Souls, I have said that I want to do lore-based videos for a very, very long time. And I never knew what I wanted to do because there's already established lore YouTubers and people, right? And they do such a fucking smashing job that I feel like for a long time I couldn't bring anything new to the table, anything relevant, anything worth watching instead of what you already have seen or instead of watching these other people. So I needed to do something somewhat original, essentially. And that was hard to find and work out for a long, long time. And with Lorebite, I've decided to go more quick, fast-paced bits of lore, I guess. Little bites of lore. I want them to be a short video that you watch that's going to be, I don't know, 3 to 6 minutes around there, somewhere between there. That's going to be something that you just click on and you go, okay, next 3 to 6 minutes, just an enjoyable experience. And you learn the story and everything you kind of need to know about whatever it is I'm talking about. And I might have a bit of like brief discussion or speculation talking about how I perceive what I've been told in the Dark Souls universe or the story we're specifically talking about, right? But it's always going to be quick, snappy. There's going to be jokes, good music, it's going to be well edited, fast-paced, and it's just going to be something you can easily click on and enjoy and then know the story of something. And it's not limited to Dark Souls. I intend to do stuff with Overwatch because I find the lore of that game kind of really interesting. And a lot of people don't actually know about the stories like a Blackwatch, for example, and how Reaper came to be, for example. Little things like that I'm super interested in doing. And it doesn't limit me to anything, really. I can do it on any topic. And I'll go ahead and show you something. It's not finished yet. I need to put some sound files in here. This is the almost finished intro for Lorebite.
Lorebite.
It's going to have some sound effects when it drops. And when that, like, goes along it. When that, like, does that, it'll be a sound effect. It's going to be a really snappy, enjoyable intro that's satisfying every time you watch it. And then we're just going to have a nice, quick-paced, snappy discussion, sort of explanation, showcasing, TLDR, whatever you want to call it, of lore on a specific topic. And it can be in any game. And of course, I'll be starting with Dark Souls. So there you go. That's kind of the idea of Lorebite. How's Smudge? Okay, so we just made that Smudge video, didn't we? We just sort of talked about it and showed Smudge. But one thing that I didn't mention, which is why he's kind of a potential topic on the stream today, is the fact that, well, he's still sneezing, and I don't really know what to do, and I was wondering if people might have any advice or anything like that. He's still sneezing, and I don't know why. Like, he's been sneezing since we got him months ago when he was like 2 months old. Now I've had him for a few months, and he sneezes a lot. Like, he seems okay. He doesn't seem really sickly or anything like that, but he still sneezes so often, and it bothers him. Like, you know, he sneezes, and he sneezes, and he's like slapping his own nose, like, stop it, stop sneezing. When I took him to the vets to ask about it, like, while we're like still in the process of neutering and all that, I asked, he still sneezes a lot. Is there something I can do? Is he allergic to something? Is there something wrong with him? And what they told me is that he should be fine. and it'll pass eventually. And it's like, it still hasn't passed. So I'm not sure. Maybe it's the sawdust you use. We've used different sawdust. We've used different like litter stuff for him to poop in. We keep it clean. It's not dusty or anything like that. You tried asking him politely to stop sneezing. Yeah, I should do that. It may have to do with dust. What sort of stuff does he have on the bottom of his cage? Well, we clean it out fairly regularly, so I don't know that it would be dust. Oh, look at this area, man. It's just so nice. Looking at Ironforge. God, I got so hyped when we saw Ironforge in the Warcraft film. The first 5 minutes of the Warcraft film were fucking great. Whoa, this is new. This is in New Town, or just like a random gate that's here. I really enjoyed Warcraft, but the beginning felt very rushed. I have the opposite reaction. I think it was a fine film, but it definitely could have been a lot better, but whatever. Hopefully they do more. But the visuals were amazing. But the first 5 minutes were like the best part of the film, in my opinion. Alright, why don't we talk about Witcher then? So, recently I've been getting into Witcher. I've been playing the shit out of it. So here's the story with Witcher. I originally started doing a playthrough of Witcher. And at the time, I was doing too many playthroughs on YouTube, like way too many. And I decided to stop doing anywhere near as much. Like, it was a silly amount that I was doing. And Witcher got cut because of it. So I was like, oh, I'll just play at my own time and enjoy the experience myself, right? And that'll be fine. And I was fine with that and doing that. But the thing is, Linny, she was like, oh, I'm really interested in Witcher, and if you're not going to do a YouTube series, could we please, like, play it together kind of thing? Like, I'll play, and basically I play and she watches, and I gave her many opportunities to play, but she just refuses. So I was playing, she'd watch, and we just enjoy the game together kind of thing, right? But very quickly that devolved into a, like, me turning to her and being like, can we play Witcher now? And she'd be like, oh, I'm just reading this thing right now. I'm just watching this TV show. Oh, not right now. Maybe later or something like that. And so I barely ever got to fucking play the game. So I never actually played Witcher. I never played it. I never got to the big main city. I only got as far as the Red Baron, basically. And I was thinking about playing WoW recently because I've got that craving. Which here we are now, playing WoW. Anyway, but basically the idea was that if I've got time to play WoW, then I should finally sit down and actually play Witcher. Like, I never got to play it properly, so let's finally do that. Let's finally play Witcher. So that's why I'm like playing it. And the fact that Gwent got turned into a game, its own game, I'm really, really hyped for. Because again, we talked about it, you know, I'm shocked at how cool Gwent is and how fun it is. But just like the notion of going around the world and collecting cards and not having to spend real money like in Hearthstone, something about that excites me. But the mechanics of it, the mechanics of Gwent are simple but satisfying. So I'm really excited to play that. But it is a phenomenal game and I'm finally playing it. I'm going to do all the DLC and stuff. But I wasn't sure if I was going to do anything on stream like Twitch or whether I was going to do anything on YouTube for Witcher. To be honest, it might just be a game that like I play and enjoy and experience myself, because as a YouTuber, as a Twitch streamer, a lot of the times, every single game I play it with you guys, and I do it online, and it's a weird experience. Like, it definitely makes a lot of games way better. Like, just leveling right now, I'd probably be watching a TV show, right, while I play WoW, or something like that. But streaming it, I can play some music, I can talk to you guys. It's really chill and really fun. Like, I'm really enjoying this. But the fact that we can just discuss anything while we're doing it, because it takes like no brain power, is wonderful. Whereas Witcher takes like a lot of brain power, because there's so much dialogue and so much to discover and explore and all these side quests. And I feel like pacing's really important when you're streaming or doing a YouTube series, and doing side quests doesn't fit with that, but I want to do all of them. So I probably won't do anything that you guys see with Witcher. But I just thought I'd bring it up and say, like, man, if you have not played Witcher, Witcher 3, or any of the Witcher games, you should definitely try it. But that is a phenomenal game. I'm really happy to be finally playing it. And me and Josh have, we've been talking recently about it, because I've obviously got into it, and he loves the games, and he's playing the current DLC. And he's actually bought a couple of decks, a couple of Gwent decks, like, you know, real IRL Gwent decks. And we're gonna duel each other, and we might like make a video or something. That'd be cool. But we might end up buying like a bunch of fucking cards and being I don't know, absorbed by playing Gwent IRL. I'm really, really excited for it. Quick GUBIDWARF riding a Gooby bear. I can't draw bears or dwarfs. Well, I appreciate the notion. It's cute. Look at it. Man, that'd be so cool if you could ride your pet. Like if it was big enough, you could just hop on it. Or maybe that's like a unique thing to dwarves and gnomes because they're small enough to be able to ride their pets. That would be cool. What about Death Stranding? Yeah, obviously I love Hideo Kojima. I fucking love him. And I'm very happy he's escaped from Konami at last. That poor guy. He deserves to be away from that shitty company. I love Metal Gear nonetheless, but wherever he goes, whatever he does now, I will be willing to give it all a chance because I respect and appreciate that man. As it appears, Sony really does as well, which is great to see. And whatever that game's going to be, I know I'll give it a try, and I know I'm excited for it. But, you know, from the trailer and all that, we have no idea what the fuck that's gonna be. And that's it, guys. Thank you very much for watching the first Let's Talk. I hope you enjoyed it. If you missed the stream, definitely check out the VOD. This is an edited version of that, so there's plenty of topics that I've cut out, so it's not too long a video, but it was like 3 hours of Let's Talk, and there was tons and tons of things we went over. I had a really good time just chill playing Warcraft myself, and it made for a really enjoyable stream for me. If you have any topics you'd like to see discussed in the future, do let me know, but I was thinking this might even be a weekly series that I stream once a week and then turn into a video using the best bits of the stream. Either way, guys, thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time.